The very first one, in my opinion, is one of the most important, and that is show up. The most important thing you can do is show up. Even when you're tired, when you're exhausted, you don't want to do things, you're overwhelmed, always show up for your kids. And that doesn't mean a physical showing up. There are some parents out there that literally want nothing more than to be able to go to every practice, every game, do all these things, and they simply can't because they have to provide, and that's okay. I'm not talking about the show up physically. Now, certainly, if you can show up physically, do that for your kids. But if you can't show up to them, send them a text, let them know that you're thinking about them, that you care about them. Come home, ask your spouse if you have one to take video, or ask the team mom or someone to take video so you can watch together. Show up for your kid. And if it happens to be at home and they're going through a crisis, showing up is such a big deal. It makes all the difference in the world. Number 2 goes right in line with showing up, and that is be present. We are inundated with noise and information, and it can easily distract us from what matters most. I am just as guilty of this as anybody, being attached to my phone, looking at the next email that I have, doom scrolling, do all those things because we just want that little bit of break. And we'll touch on making sure you take care of yourself in a later video, but it's important to have that break, but also be present for your kids. I am guilty of this, and I feel so bad when it happens, and I have to correct myself, is when your kid is telling you a story and it maybe the last story you want to hear because you're so overwhelmed and everything, you tend to be kind of like, yeah. And those stories are so important for your children, for their development, and so important for them to feel like that you are listening. The one thing I will say, when I worked in the mental health field, being married for 18 years, working with other teams, the one thing I think that causes all breakdown is miscommunication, and miscommunication almost always has a nucleus of people feeling like they're not being heard, whether that's professionally, whether that's in their marriage, whether that's their kids to their parents or parents to their kids. People love to be heard and understood, and part of that is being present to hear them, to recognize their emotions. And I'll tell you, 75% of all communication is nonverbal. And so being present will let you know whether or not your kid is actually telling you the truth, or they're actually being forthcoming with the information. Maybe they're not trying to not tell you the truth, but maybe they're like, yeah, I'm doing fine, but you can tell their body language is that they're not. And so being present will let you see all that. Number 3 seems like it would be a no-brainer, but unfortunately, we're such a competitive culture that it is difficult at times to just remember to love your children unconditionally. They are constantly being compared and pitted against their peers at school, with grades, with sports, with their teammates, always looking to be the best in that class. Now, this may not be a direct thing that you as a parent are trying to do, or as a coach is trying to do, but we all naturally, when we're put into a competitive environment, feel the need to be better than everybody else around us. And there is a preacher that I heard one time that says, if you want to be happy or unhappy, the surefire way is to compare yourself to others. You will never be like the person next to you, good, bad, or indifferent. Your journey is different. Love your children unconditionally. I can tell you right now, there's been so many times that my kids, and am I a perfect parent? Not by a stretch. But I can tell you that there have been times when my kids were so nervous to talk to me about something, and I've always made it a point to love my children unconditionally. And just seeing that they're able to do it has done so much for our relationship, the bond that we've built, and the trust that they have, and the self-worth that they have at the end of the day. This one goes beyond just being a dad or being a parent, and it is lead by example. These kids are constantly watching you. When I'm in the professional world, these associates are constantly watching. Whether you know it or not, they are watching. And you have to walk the walk. Talk is cheap. Action is where it's at. That's what counts. And if people see that you are not doing what you say, you're not practicing what you preach, whatever the colloquialism is, they're not going to have the buy-in. So you have to lead by example. And a lot of times your kids don't know what to ask. They don't know what to ask if this is right or wrong. And so they're just going to learn from you. This is a hard one. This has been a hard one for me. This has been a hard one for a lot of people I know, because you want to just be able to relax and not be on stage and not be on a performance. And that's okay. You need to have that free time too. But at the same time, leading by example is one of the most pivotal things to developing a well-rounded child, well-rounded friend, well-rounded wife, husband. Because let me tell you, spouses are watching too. If your spouse comes to you and says, hey, you don't do so-and-so, and I know you don't, I'm really bad at this, I'll point it out. Instead of just taking it in, I'll be like, well, you don't do. And my wife has to be like, nope, don't do that. And so, hope that helped. Let's go to number 5. This goes right into that spouse thing. Support your partner. Believe it or not, supporting your partner is a huge, huge part of being a great parent, because your partner needs to feel supported as well, and they need to feel like they have a partner. That's what my wife always says. And truthfully, all these things I tell you, I have to work on every day. I'm not some expert trying to show you the way and be like, this is what you need to do to have a perfect life, because there's no such thing as perfection. Being a good partner is being a good support system. It does 2 things. One, it shows your child what a good partner looks like, so that they're set up for success in the future. It also allows you and your partner, your spouse, to both be present, like we talked about in number 2, to both show up, like we talked about in number 1, and to both lead by example, like we talked in number 3, and number 4, love them unconditionally. Well, that's your number 3, but that's pretty easy to do, right? I wrote all my notes down because I didn't want to forget these things. I hope that these have helped. This is just little nuggets of knowledge that I've picked up over having three children, being married 18 years, being tasked with build teams and build morales over the last 20 years or so, maybe more, working in the mental health field. All of these transactions are relatable in every course of your life, but specifically talking about parents to kids, hopefully this helps. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.